Hey guys, what's going on? It's the Global Rabbit now, bringing you the latest episode to the channel. Now today we're going to take a look at the charts as the ETF for Ethereum nears. However, first and foremost, I want to bring your attention to XRP, because we've talked about this in previous videos, how I would like to see XRP come down to retest this apex at 44 cent. We are pretty much there now, guys. We're obviously with 44.5 cent at the moment. It looks like we've had a wick down into that apex. So, oh my god, this, honest to god, this could get extremely bullish so fast, so quick. It's going to absolutely catch everybody by surprise. I'm sure everybody's portfolio is at an all-time low at the minute, unless you have been accumulating. But if you've been sat on the same bag you have been doing since those 2021 highs, obviously you're at rock bottom prices. However, now it looks like XRP is going to make a decision here. Now I believe maybe sometime next week, Monday the 8th of July, week commencing, we could see some significant price action. So I'm just literally waiting for that. Whether or not Alessio Rastini's prediction comes true and we break to the downside and take out that 13-14 cent level, who knows. But for me, I feel like XRP doesn't require to sweep any lows, but just because obviously we've been in accumulation and pretty much everyone's been down 80 to 90% from these all-time highs back in 2021. So yeah, I'm very excited at this point, guys, because we are pretty much at the precipice now. Let's just take a look at XRP Bitcoin as well. XRP is ripe there. Now XRP for me doesn't need to go any lower. Look at this blue horizontal line here marking the lows. So we actually take out this weekly low here set in January 21. So that was brilliant in my opinion for sweeping the lows and taking liquidity here. So yeah, it's all looking very ripe on the charts in my opinion. I can't see XRP going any lower. Now if we just flip back to the XRP USD, look at it. It's an absolute gem in my opinion now. I know it's been frustrating hold, but we are pretty much there now, guys, on the linear chart. Let's just flick over to the log chart as well. Again, same sort of TA. All these trend lines haven't been altered at all. And this is the log chart for XRP, exactly the same here, playing out. Absolutely beautiful. Now, whether or not we are going to get that burst to the upside, who knows, but sooner or later, we're going to have to make a decision. Now XDC, let's have a look. Let's flick back over to the linear charts as well, and let's maximize this as well. Now I've altered this. This is the last time I'm going to alter this, because obviously I've drawn in this. I actually drew the parallel channel, as you know, if you keep up to date with the channel, if you are a subscriber. I've actually deleted the initial bottom trend line here, because this is obviously where we actually produce this new bottom trend lines. For me, this is final. Again, it's taken us through into September, so this is looking like the likely date now for XDC. Whether or not these smaller cap gems are you know, a month or two behind, say for example like the bigger coins like XRP, who knows. But you know, the market is synchronized in my view anyway, especially when it comes down to specific categories. For example, like the gaming tokens all move together, utility all move together, etc, etc. So this is where we are now. I'll cover Velo as well, obviously fan favorite for the subscribers, if you are subscribed. Again, talks about this capitulation here. So again, we're looking at September now, guys. I'm trying to be honest with you guys, because I've had a couple of comments. Oh, you said XDC will be double digits by now. Oh, you said Velo will be probably 5 cent by now. Everything's a game of probabilities. You know, I would have expected all these cryptos to be up near all-time highs, judging by the price of where Bitcoin was, because Bitcoin's already exceeded all-time highs. So you would have expected by now. When was this here? So this was March. Okay, so this is like 4 months ago since Bitcoin actually exceeded all-time highs. Now you would have expected within 4 months that the rest of the altcoin market would have actually exceeded all-time highs as well. It will at least tested all-time highs as resistance. Do you know what I mean? So you cannot blame me for that. However, I will take accountability. You know, I'm always trying to improve. I'm always learning myself. But whilst we're on the Bitcoin chart here, I have tweeted about this as well. And if you're not already following, this is my handle over on X. So there we go. So actually marked out 47 to 51k range looks likely, in my opinion, just because it looks like we are breaking down on the weekly time frame here. You can see if I just take out this highlight, take out the highlight there, and we've got this red sort of trend line which is kind of acting as support and resistance, if you will. Obviously we wick down for liquidity, and then obviously we got this new red weekly candle breaking down here. So it looks like we're going to start reaching this sort of blue zone, which in my opinion is fantastic. If you're not holding Bitcoin, it's positive, because this is what a lot of analysts and a lot of the crypto community has been waiting for, is to see the Bitcoin dominance roll over, because that has previously, historically, meant that we will be going into alt season. Now let's just see if we can bring up a Bitcoin dominance chart, so I've not looked at that myself. Bitcoin dominance, let's just put Bitcoin, market cap Bitcoin dominance percentage. Let's bring that up. I've not looked at this for a long time. So here we are, guys. Now to me it looks like Bitcoin is exhausting here. You can see how we've bounced off this bottom trend line here, marked out and highlighted in the red zone. So where does that wick go? That wick literally retested that significant structure there. Let me just highlight with the marker. So that to me was the previous support here. So you get that bounce, and then obviously support has failed, and that's when you get that capitulation. So Bitcoin has actually come up here to test the previous resistance and support, and it looks like Bitcoin is going to get rejection, which is what we want to see. We want to see Bitcoin roll all the way down here and come back down to this sort of trend line here. So we want to see Bitcoin all the way down there at approximately 42% dominance within the crypto industry, so that would be ideal. Let's just have a look at the DXY as well. Let's have a look at the strength of the dollar, because again, if the dollar's weak, that again is great for crypto. So you can see we take out these sort of, I don't know if you want to call them 3 peaks. You get 1 peak, 2 peak, 3 peaks. So obviously we've cracked. Again, I'll draw it in. We've cracked. We could even bring it down here. So yeah, so we have that fake out capitulation. Again, we're looking strong capitulation. And then on the third or fourth attempts, depending how you want to see this sort of peak here, we get that breakout, retest. Now again, the dollar is indecisive at the moment. However, as I keep mentioning, we have got the rate cuts coming. We've got 2 rate cuts towards the end of this year, one in September, and I believe the other is in either November or December. Now if that's the case, you would expect the dollar to roll over. And again, I would like to see this sort of level here. Let me just clone that line. I would like to see him test these previous lows before we got that impulse there. So I could see if I've got, I don't know if I've got the tools here. I don't know if I've got the draw. I'll just draw it with the arrow anyway. So I would like to see us get back down here. Yeah, and again, that would be brilliant news for crypto. So that's where I stand. Let's just have a look at Ethereum as well. Obviously, we're expecting Ethereum to be approved at some point today. Very difficult to read Ethereum at the moment, because there's not, obviously we've got like a double top, so in my opinion that would be bearish. But again, like Bitcoin got approval, we did retrace with the approval of Bitcoin. Then obviously within the following months we then rallied up, like I think it was like 90%. I read in a tweet. I've not measured it or looked at it on the charts myself to clarify, so do not take that as gospel. But again, Ethereum, unlike Bitcoin, is still yet to breach all-time highs up here. So at some point we are going to see an altcoin market. So as soon as we start breaking and exceeding this blue line, you would expect a lot of the money and the capital in the markets to begin falling into the top 10, top 20, top 30 crypto coins, and then obviously within say a month or two you would then expect all the rest of that capital then to roll into the small altcoins, and that would pretty much take us up until the end of the year, when I did expect XRP to break out. But with the data as well, and like I say, the interest cuts, we could get a breakout earlier than the end of the year, in my opinion. I'm just trying to give us a little bit of optimism in the markets, you know, because no one likes to see these low prices here, and this is what's keeping me optimistic, is literally this TA here on the XRP chart. So it all depends on this now, guys. So over the next week or two we shall see how XRP is going to react. Will it break down to the downside down here and take out this low here, which is what Alessio was suggesting? Or will we start challenging for the 3 peaks here, setting the 21 cycles? So you get 1 peak, 2 peak, 3 peak, and this is what I've marked out here. And I'll tell you what, I could also highlight that sort of region. So somewhere around here. Oh, don't want that. There we go. So somewhere in this box here, this sort of area. So anywhere from about $1.22 all the way up to $1.56. These are the probabilities. In my case, I feel like we need to stop playing catch up to Bitcoin, which is why I would be favouring a move into this liquidity box as opposed to sweeping the lows. Like I said, even if we did move to the downside, it would be short-lived. It would be a flash crash, and it would probably be a blessing in disguise as well if you have some dry powder, guys. But that's it for me today, guys. If you're not already subscribed, make sure you hit the subscribe button. If you enjoyed the video, consider liking as well. I've been the Block Bull, over and out.